Okay, so the start of what I consider shamanic journeys is a walk to the place I call the underworld. And it's where I've connected with ancestors. And as I go along, I will take footage at different places and explain to you how I see them. Alright, so it's a little windy in this part and I'm in a channel, so it's probably hard for you to hear me. I will be back. You can enjoy some footage of the walk. Uh-oh. I didn't realize I am already here with the guardian of the gate. First time I met him, he told me his name was Matumbo. So Matumbo called me in dream and asked for a gift of something that was gifted to me, and that is why I'm here today. And he asked for some black coffee with it. So I'll show you as I give my offering to the guardian of the gate before I enter the underworld. Hello, Matumbo. I brought what you asked. Put some things down. Alright, you can go. Okay, here you go. Up on your altar plate. And the coffee, I really like your liquids. Pour it at your feet. No, I'm not gonna show them every part of it. Just some spots. He asked if I was going to reveal everything about this location to you. And I told him no. Like a friend of mine told me a few years ago, it's for you to journey on your own and find your places. So Matumbo has his offering. And now, out of respect for Matumbo, I'm going to stop until I get to the next location, where we go to the underworld. Okay, so we're approaching the entrance into the underworld now. First steps down. Second descent into the underworld. And here is where... Oh yeah. I usually have two hands, but whatever. We made it. Look at the nest. This is the portal into the underworld. So, I'm gonna turn it off here until we get to the next cool location. Notice how quiet it gets down here. Peace. Silence. There's nothing busy down here. Hello, green turtle, jaguar. This is a place where I connect to the green turtle / jaguar. And there goes a nighthawk flying right there. You see how it can look like a turtle now, right? And then, well, where is the... Can be a roaring jaguar. Green rocks, lava stones, my little offering burning circle, and this is where I ground for a minute. More lava rock. This all was underwater. Not even that long ago, about 20 years ago, maybe 30. So the fact that there's lava stone here tells me that probably many years ago, an underground volcano had bled here and was stopped for some reason. Actually, you know, the funny part is this lava rock probably came up way before this place was ever covered in water, because Lake Mead is not a natural lake. It was man-made. So anyways, interesting. Lava rock is very grounding. When I get to this place, I can feel it pull the city energy out. And the wind heals the mind. It's very soothing. Okay, and onward. Deeper and deeper. And deeper again. Isn't this beautiful? Try to hold the camera steady. Maybe faces will come out of the walls for you guys. I call this the edge of the earth, symbolically, because it's the edge of where you can actually walk without ropes or things. So what I do when I come here is symbolically drop an offering down there of things that don't need to be in my life anymore. And I send them with love and healing and happiness and gratefulness for the time of whatever it was symbolically in my life, the times that it was there, whatever it may be. This could be a job, this could be leaving an old home. A shamanic journey is about walking into nature and finding the images in the land that you see, that come to you and speak to you. Giving appreciation to the land and all the things you can imagine. It's very great for imagination. Imagine what roamed here like hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, millions of years ago. And that is how you connect to the earth. And the earth loves working with you. It's very nurturing. So this is where I sit and collect and meditate and ground and just enjoy the sound of the wind and the breeze and the sweat from the walk down here, the sweat from the sun purifying my soul, steaming out the salts, healing the body. All right, I'll be back later. To walk in places where the only footprints you ever see are yours and that of donkeys, animals, and creatures. I love that. It's so peaceful. Hello. Let's talk for a minute while we're in this shade. Take my Faraday hat off. See that? Faraday. I like Faraday for a lot of reasons. Number one, it blocks EMF. And number two, this could be a placebo effect, but I feel it keeps my thoughts protected. Number three, when you're out in the sun, it blocks solar radiation from your head. Military use it now. So, at the edge of the earth, I dropped off my need for cigarettes anymore. Not because they cost too much, but because I want to let them go. I'm trying to get healthy again, and it's working. My health is getting really good, really quick. But it comes at a cost. That's a sacrifice. That means I need to do hikes, walks, diet, eat clean. It's not so much a diet as eating clean. I really only eat sloppy and fast food when I'm always on the fucking go. When I'm always on the go, my mind stresses. Stress raises all kinds of things in your body. Walking is just peaceful to me. Walking alone is very peaceful to me. It feels beautiful, don't it? So after I dropped off my symbolic rock in a tomatillo I found growing out here. I call them tomatillos, I don't know what they're called. I just recently saw that they're called like Peruvian something fruit. But I've always called them tomatillos, little tomatoes. So when I dropped my offerings off at the edge, I was thinking about all the things here on earth that we believe and how awesome that is. Like to have beliefs, to have a wide open state of mind, to see giants in the mountain right here. Just a face comes out of the mountain. You're like, hello. To know that once, Native Americans walked this area. To know that plants and insects and birds are always walking this area. To know that there is not, aside from me, a lot of busyness from the city walking through here. And it makes me grateful. I love things like this. I love this earth. And when I start thinking of those things, like, what did dinosaurs do here? What did this do? I let my mind kind of drift off into imagination. And then I start to wonder, well, hell, that's just what we believe here on Earth. Imagine what beings on other planets believe. How much more vast is belief than what we believe, than other galaxies, other star clusters and nebulas, and all the way out to the edge of what we know the universe to be and beyond. So in reality, we know nothing. But what we do believe is fun. It's nice. It's good. It keeps us healthy and sane and happy. Find hope. Feel good about something. When you feel good about something beyond explanation, you can feel a lot better about the things in your life, the people in your life, the loves, the challenges, the struggles, the things you're going through, the things you're letting go. And you can do so humbly, with grace and honor, love, and the most important, appreciate the time it was in your life. Wow, at this point in my life up to now, geez, whew, I'm so grateful because it's brought me to who I am. So there's never a departure or separation or leaving behind that is bad. Like cigarettes, they were wonderful in my life for a while. And I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna condemn myself if I have one or here or there, but it's something I'm working on. I'm not going to expect myself to just do anything more than take it day by day. And that's like a metaphor for everything in life. Just take everything in your life day by day. Find time to appreciate it all. Some Jurassic Earth I'm sitting next to. And yes, it is Jurassic because it's been here forever. Way before us. We're the youngest species on Earth. We think so highly of ourselves. We have evolved a lot. When I was driving here, a fantasy of mine is to live in a world where, aside from nature's phenomenons and of course the animal kingdom, humans didn't have to feel afraid in the world. And the reason why this came to me is I say hello to people as I walk by, drive by, whatever. And I said hello to a young man who's probably, it was a rough neighborhood. And he just looked down, and I felt compassion. Because I know he didn't want to be messed with, you know. He probably got messed with a lot. And I wish that wasn't so, you know. But unrealistically, unfortunately, it's a lot. That got me to thinking on the way out here, why are people so angry? Why do they compete, fight? And it really got me boiled down to money. People are angry for different reasons about money. Even whether they have or have not, I think that's what it boils down to. Wanting more and more, not satisfied with what you do have, or they, fucking metaphor it. I'm not trying to sound arrogant or projecting, but I do know when I used to work really hard, I would be upset with those who didn't have to work very hard. As if their work wasn't as hard as mine, right? What an egoic thing to think. But I did. It's honesty. That's who I was. And I would be angry. Or I would be competitive, jealous, you know. We've all been there. Don't try to say we haven't. And then I started thinking, well, why do we worry so much about having more or the best or the most or the other? Well, that boils down to sex. Since caveman days, well, I mean, in the caveman days, supposedly they want their women and drug them back to the cave, real Neanderthal. But I'm sure after they evolved out of that, they moved into trying to impress the opposite sex. And that led to, putting their family or somebody or a member of the tribe or whatever, I'm thinking Neanderthal times, out there and throw rocks at it, mock it, make fun of it to impress the other species. And when I thought about that, I thought about how temporary the act of sex actually is. It can be like a hit or crack. I mean, no matter how long the act is, the initial reason for the performance is the end result, and then it's like, so just fascinations of my brain, how my mind works. I think about what a nice world it would be if you can say hello to people and they could feel safe knowing that they are not going to be fucked with, right? And you can quantify that into all things, you know, fucking job, fucking life, fucking politics. Why do we go to war? I mean, I know why we do. We go to war because if there's too many people that populate on every continent, eventually all the resources are ran dry and there's nothing. But if we didn't allow corporations to be in charge of the supply of things. Like, imagine how much water would still be here if it wasn't all fucking bottled up all the time. Imagine how pure it would be if it wasn't always dumped into with garbage and stuff. Imagine how, with the more water on Earth, how abundant crops could be if they were just grown as needed. Imagine how many animals would still exist if people only took what they needed, and gave back to the land. And I just imagine things like that. And then I think back to when it used to be like that, and fucking people still fought. So that's where it brought me back to why the hell did they fight back then? Fucking everything was so abundant. You didn't need money. You didn't have to pay rent, electric, gas, fucking groceries, go to the store, refrigerator, quantify all the bullshit we buy. Because sometimes lands would run dry and they'd go and invade lands that had more. Other times, maybe it was just that, trying to impress or make... I don't fucking know. I wasn't alive back then, but I can imagine. I've journeyed to times back then, but that's all speculation unless it's, a time machine. So, that's just a nice little talk down here in the underworld where I find peace. 1444. So when I climbed out of the underworld, came to my understanding too that people can be angry because they're fucking afraid to die. We never die. And even if the body does eventually give out, because that's why people kind of get angry too. I hear healthcare and fucking, it's not costly to eat healthy. They want to live longer and this and that. I'm not rushing towards death, but I have no fucking fear of when I do, because I already know what's beyond this place. And maybe that's just for me, but it's not any of the shit that we worry or fear about. Most of the time, like a couple of near-death experience times I had, most of the time on that final minute or moment or gasp of breath, when you know you're going, the only thing I thought about was people I loved. And the fact of maybe not seeing them again. So can't we do something about that while we're still alive? And stop complaining and start being with the people you love, right? And get the fuck away from the people that make you feel angry. It only makes sense to me. But then again, I've had death experiences. One severe one where I know I left this world, came back, and afterwards, a couple that were like caught by surprise, and I was out of my body, leaving the body and leaving the earth, and those were the things I thought of at the last moment. Fuck, all the people I love. And that's, I'm not even giving the tiniest bit of magnified emotion that was, because it was so intense of an emotion that I was begging to not leave in that moment. But other than that, my family who's passed on, they come to me all the time. I go to this underworld and things come out of the cliff sides, out of the sky, out of the earth. And you know that they're real, that they're alive. I know on that time I left the body and was gone and had to come back after, like, I didn't want to come back. It was so nice, so amazing. You become nothing but everything, right? And since I've been back, and since I was a little kid, the experience of knowing when someone beyond this vessel they used to live in is here, it's real. So maybe you needed to hear this talk today, have this walk today. I don't know. It was fun to share and talk about. Appreciate your life. Stop being so mad. Don't let people make you feel in danger. If you feel in danger or even tense or even not in your own swagger, you don't belong there. So, love y'all. Take care. Talk to you again sometime.